Hello to the viewers of The Pioneer. How are you? I hope you're all healthy and well. As the Pioneer team, we continue to bring you the most critical moments of the war and the latest developments. Today we will discuss the key role played by unmanned aerial vehicles, one of the key battlefield successes of the Ukrainian army. This combat technology has completely changed the course of modern conflicts and has become an important part of Ukraine's defense strategies. In particular, unmanned aerial vehicle strikes deep inside Russia have once again demonstrated the effectiveness of these tools. In recent days, the town of Astra-goshs-k in Russia's Voronezh region has become the target of Ukrainian drone strikes. According to local officials, multiple drone strikes left the town's ammunition depot in ruins with a massive explosion. This explosion, caused by debris falling from the drones, exposed the vulnerability in the region and the weaknesses in the Russian military's defense systems. Unmanned aerial vehicles have been one of Ukraine's most effective weapons since the beginning of the war. They have been used for both reconnaissance and offensive purposes, giving the Ukrainian army strategic advantages. Moreover, these strikes have targeted Russia's critical military sites, causing major damage to Moscow's logistics and ammunition supply chain. The fact that unmanned aerial vehicles have carried out such successful operations only deepens Russia's difficulties in the war. In the coming minutes, we will analyze in details these strategic victories of the Ukrainian army through drones. We will also analyze the impact of these strikes on Russia's military capabilities and how they are changing the course of the war. These developments show that the war is not only being fought on the front lines, but also in the field of military technology and innovation. Let's take a closer look at Ukraine's recent impressive drone operation. As the Pioneer team, we strive to bring you the developments in the Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. We also read all the comments you leave on our videos, so please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments section. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. And now, if you are ready, let us begin. The Pioneer reports. Last night, the town of Astra-goshs-k in Russia's Voronezh region became the target of the Ukrainian army's drone attacks and turned into a war zone. The attacks, which took place in the early morning, created an unexpected crisis deep inside Russia and came as a huge shock to security forces in the region. According to local officials, multiple unmanned aerial vehicles participated in the strikes, and the debris falling from the unmanned aerial vehicles caused a massive explosion at an important ammunition depot in Astra-goshs-k. This explosion shook not only the town, but the entire Voronezh region. Explosions and fires continued throughout the night until the early hours of the morning, and although firefighting teams were dispatched to the scene, they were unable to bring the fires under control. The smoke and flames from explosions were visible for miles around, causing panic among the town's residents. The intensity of the explosion was so great that in many parts of the town, windows of houses were broken, power lines were damaged, and local infrastructure was severely damaged. The incident is considered a major blow to Russia's internal security and military strategies. The destruction of the ammunition depot in the town of Astra-goshs-k could lead to serious disruptions in the supply of critical materials needed by the Russian military in the war. Experts say that such attacks could have a negative impact on Russia's military capacity in the long term and once again reveal the weaknesses in Russia's defense systems. The incident in Astra-goshs-k once again demonstrated the effectiveness and destructive power of unmanned aerial vehicles in modern warfare. Since the beginning of the war, the Ukrainian army has been successfully using unmanned aerial vehicles in operation against strategic targets in order to weaken Russia's military infrastructure. This tactic is having a significant impact on the course of the war and is gradually reducing Russia's chances of winning the war. Unmanned aerial vehicles stand out as a factor that changed the course of the war with both cost effectiveness and high accuracy. The incident in Astra-goshs-k is considered one of the largest and most effective unmanned aerial vehicle operations carried out by the Ukrainian military since the beginning of the war. These strikes have dealt a major blow not only to Russia's military capacity, but also to its morale. Russia has yet to clarify how it will respond to these attacks, raising fears that more attacks could take place in the future. These developments in the Voronezh region show once again how fragile security in Russia's hinterlands have become. It demonstrates that Ukraine can effectively use unmanned aerial vehicles not only on the front line but also in Russia's interior. Such attacks could be part of a long-term plan to weaken Russia's internal security and give Ukraine a strategic advantage in the war. These attacks on Russia have turned the war into a widespread conflict that is not limited to the front line. The explosions in the Voronezh region show how destructive these conflicts can be and that the parties are prepared to use any tactic to win the war. The use of drones in such attacks shows that warfare is becoming increasingly technology-driven and goes beyond traditional methods of warfare. The fact that the explosions and fires in Astra-goshs-k have not stopped since the early hours of the morning shows the enormity of the impact of the attack. This is considered one of the biggest challenges Russia has faced in the war. It is reported that the explosions caused extensive damage to the area and the fires are still not under control. While local authorities are trying to evacuate the people in the area, the smoke and flames caused by the fires have almost completely paralyzed life in the region. It remains to be seen how Russia will respond to this attack. However, it is certain that the Ukrainian military's strategy to weaken Russia's defenses through such attacks could significantly change the course of the war. The role of drones on the battlefield becomes even more important with such attacks and is likely to continue to be a key factor in future conflicts. These explosions and fires in Astra-goshs-k isolate and illustrate the devastating effects of war not only on the military but also on civilian life. Such attacks in Russia's hinterland show once again how widespread and destructive war can be. This means that both sides will put more resources and strategies into winning the war. What do you think? How do you think the Ukrainian army's offensive in Voronezh will play out? How do you assess the state of Russian air defense? Do you think the Russian army will be able to ensure border security? What are the consequences if this situation does not arise? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your point of view.